gonna fill this up to yonder with some beer. Ish. Put this in, you spin it, it's gonna be like,
It's cool.
Hi guys, my name is Shayla and I make these videos every Wednesday. I've been traveling full-time since 2015. This week I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm at my friend's house, my college roommate's house in Arizona. Like that Willy Wonka guy. There's a little bit of an echo, so just bear with me. If this is your first time here, please like and subscribe. This channel, I hope it inspires you to travel, but if you can't travel, I just hope you do something new every once in a while. I brewed beer for the first time, went to Pilates for the first time, and brewed kombucha for the first time. Let me talk to you about brewing beer. If you've ever thought to yourself, man, I love drinking beer, but it's kind of an expensive habit. I think that you should try brewing because the startup to brew is like 200 bucks. You pay 150 for like the starter kit with all the things that you could possibly need to do this. And then you get to choose a beer that you want to brew and it's a kit for like $30. I brewed with Cara and John, my college roommate, and her FiancBAE. John's a clever guy.
FiancBAE.
FiancBAE. I'll give you the link to the starter kit that John uses and kits. Tell me about the beer that we're about to brew.
Brewing, brewer's best, American cream ale, brewing difficulty easy.
The beer kits are essentially like Blue Apron. They give you instructions for how to do it and when to do it, and then they give you it all in perfect little packages. So it's so simple. Because I was like, I don't know. Kara's like, no, this is more like cooking than baking. It's not a science, it's an art. And I was like, I like that. Cara and John had conflicting most important rules. Cara, what's the number one rule for brewing?
When brewing a beer, you must be drinking a beer.
Number one rule was actually sanitizing it.
Yes.
One is fun, one is practical. You start by boiling the water. 210, which is boiling point, apparently, I just learned.
What are we pouring in? Do you remember?
Yeah, the syrup.
LME, liquid malt extract. Oh, can you smell it?
And then you add a little bit of this Willamette. What is it? Willamette. Follow schedule. Oh. Add 1 pack of 1 ounce Willamette hops. Pellets that look like rabbit food and or rabbit poop.
Being a Swayze.
Oh, it's hot. It's hot. It was hot. Then you get to wait 40 minutes.
This is why we have beer.
Thanks, pool boy. I'm in Arizona brewing beer. Gonna go put my swimsuit on and go chill by the pool.
Been brewing for 40 minutes.
Smells great.
Then we added 2 pounds of sugar.
You didn't know that when you're drinking beer, you're just drinking sugar. That's what's happening.
Well, you're not. Yeast will eat the sugar, convert it into alcohol and CO2. So now would be a perfect time to sterilize the primary.
Is brew day your favorite day?
Brew day is my favorite day.
Sterilization time.
Because John's number one rule is sterilize.
Right.
Mine is drink.
Gotta roll up the kimono, make sure it doesn't get too wet.
Scrub, scrub, scrub. Brewing is work, Shay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Then that's when you cool the beer. They specifically said, do not pour over ice for bacteria growth. John, he's like,
Pour it into a bucket of ice. It's specifically advised not to do. They're trying to sell. Alternatively, you can use a brewing accessory like a wart chiller.
oh.
Probably overly cautious, but there is a potential for wild yeast to get in there.
And there's something called a glass carboy. Cara tells me that her dad has been brewing beer forever. And so 2 kids were homesick from school and her dad was like, oh, this is great. I have to stay home from work today. I'm gonna brew some raspberry beer. So he brews the beer, moves it into the carboy to cool down, and then at some point takes the carboy and sets it on the burner that he just used to boil the water. Shatters. 6 gallons of raspberry beer. She said it was in the basement, and she said he stopped brewing beer for 15 years. So there's that. And then you pitch the yeast. Oh, that's a good one. Just one hand drinking, the other hand stirring. Okay, this is something. There's a brewery called Rogue. Apparently they made a beard beer. Like a beard beer. They took yeast from one of their brewers' beards and made beer with it. Look it up, Google it. I looked it up before I put it in here because I didn't want to give you guys fake news. Then that's it. You put the top on, you let it sit for a week, and then bada bing, bada boom. Now, I'm not really that big of a drinker anymore anyway. I just don't like the way it feels. Sparkling water and kombucha are my go-tos. And Cara and John drink a lot of kombucha. Maybe I need to start with, what is kombucha? It's fermented tea with probiotics, and it's really helpful for digestion. So the starter kit for kombucha is it's like $50. You have to buy a SCOBY.
What's a SCOBY?
What is a SCOBY?
SCOBY is an acronym. Symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast.
Here we go.
Let's go back. SCOBY looks like a, what are those woman condoms? What are those called?
A diaphragm.
Looks like a diaphragm.
I've never seen a diaphragm.
in person either. Have you? Yeah.
I've seen a diaphragm.
That's all the questions we're gonna ask about that. But those are like $5 to $10 maybe. So you buy one of those, get it in the mail on Amazon, buy a glass jar, like a lemonade jar, and then you have to buy sugar and tea. And then whatever fruits and stuff you want to add to it. And this one's, because we're doing a little DIY, it's not Blue Apron. It's kind of like, we'll see what happens. Cara, you need a booch book.
We have a booch book?
It felt like science class in high school. Okay, people. Okay. How much water are we using? And what kind? Distilled water? 1 gallon. Organic Lipton's black tea. 10 of them.
10 tea bags.
Around the edges, not all together.
Maybe just throw them all in there, babe.
In all the photos, it shows these really pretty tea bags over the big pot that you're boiling water in. She opened all the tea bags and then set them down, and then they all got braided together. I took it as my personal challenge to unbraid all of those things. I got one loose. If I had another 6 minutes, I could have got them all. It brewed the same. So once you have the hot tea, you need to add sugar. So you're basically making sweet tea. Apparently on all the kombucha forums, people, don't worry, all this sugar ferments, you're gonna be fine. And then we took all of those tea bags and put them in Cara's compost. Oh, show your Mama Jorg's compost bin.
She had this sitting here, and there was something, she took it like this, and she was like, and you know what else it does? I didn't even know.
They have a composting thing. I love it. Taking notes for my own house. That'll have someday. This is what I mean, you guys. Like, you can do whatever you want. Then you let the sweet tea cool down. Put it in your glass jar.
Dump it quick. Faster.
John, you think it's gonna float?
I think it's gonna float.
I thought it was gonna sink until Cara told me it was gonna float.
Oh, there it is.
This is so exciting. Put a cloth over it and let it sit in a cool, dark, or like a room temperature dark place for a week. And then you get to add the flavors. So you maybe would juice some fruit, throw it in there. But we wanted to get a constant, you know? So that's all about the kombucha and the beer. Let me know if you brew your own beer. I'd love to hear you guys' stories or your kombucha recipes. Cara would love that. So on Wednesday, I'm leaving for Colorado to go to 5 Point Film Fest with Gregory Packs. I'm pretty excited about that. I think that's gonna be really fun. If you wanna follow along as I'm there, go check out my Instagram, Living on a One Way. I've kind of been teasing you guys with what I'll be doing in May. I will be leaving for the Philippines, like the 2nd week in May. And then the last week in May, I will be on a train ride in Europe. I'll give you more details about that probably next week, and I'll tell you the companies that I'm working with in those places, which I'm so excited about. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please comment below with any other questions that you have about brewing. I'm sure Cara will be more than happy to answer them. Please share this with anybody that you know that wants to make kombucha or beer. Thank you guys all for watching this week. I hope you like something different, trying something new. Mwah! Bye! Cara popped my brewing cherry, and now she's popping my Pilates cherry. Bonus footage! Day 2 of Pilates.